Hi, I'm Daniel, and this is Ashville Weekly, episode 15. I haven't seen this ground in weeks. Don't get wet. Because he is not shook. His family won't have to suffer. 7 centimetres of screed.
And this man is telling me he's got no money.
It will go straight out the window. Now, he's not cheap. Solid bag of sand, but you pay for quality. Remember that. Now I know, this is a lorry. Nobody knows Dan. I'm the person in the middle. This is not for the faint-hearted, I tell you. Monday and we're in the yard. It's go, go, go this morning, much as it was last week. A lot of you pointed out that you saw Ashville on Grand Designs, which I loved. I didn't actually know it was going to be on. I found out the same time that all of you did. In 2018, we were doing a job. We were just taking away the soil. 5-star Basements, Peter, the owner there, he said to me,
hey, make sure you wash your lorry because you might be on Grand Designs.
So that morning, I put a note to all the drivers, before you go there, quickly blast the lorry off. They gave the lorry a clean and they went down there. We didn't actually build it. We're only helping, taking away the waste and providing material, but it was still good to be on Grand Designs. I think this sand is as dry as it's ever going to be. Let's take all the air out of it. Yes, mate?
Hello? Yeah, I just received again. Cronin is working, so he said come in.
Go and do it, go and do it.
All right.
Good, all right, see you, mate.
All right.
Michael?
Are you Daniel?
Yes, mate, that's me.
If you want me to bring something back, or do you want me to do another load?
It's entirely up to you, Mike.
All right, cool.
Thanks, mate.
Bye-bye.
Sorry, I was interrupted there. Nice. Solid bag of sand. As we just had a look at the bags of sand, they're going to be going into the punch bag. I have had a delivery. This is... That's wrong delivery, don't worry about it. I thought it was my speedball. Well, I did have another delivery, and I appreciate every single gift that I get, but there's just so many, and the time they come in, we can't always tell everyone, and we can't thank everyone, but this has really got my attention. Someone has actually sent in a tablet, and they recorded the message on the tablet for me to watch. Ashville Weekly came out last night, and it's doing very well. Thank you to everyone who's watching. I've had a look at the comments straight away, and a lot of people are saying that I got the name of my own channel wrong. It's called This Is Ashville. Now, the channel is called Ashville. However, the vanity URL, because that's what it's called, is actually YouTube/This Is Ashville. It's the same name as our Instagram, which reminds me, have all of you also followed the This Is Ashville Instagram and my personal Instagram as well? You should be following both. Now, I do get things wrong sometimes, but I did not get the name of our own YouTube channel wrong. This is one of the craziest parts of the day. It is 3:29. A lot of the boys are getting back in. Some are going back out again to do it. Some are going back out again to do another load. And some are parking up. When you get back, you have to diesel the night before. Diesel the night before, load your lorry the night before. So in the morning, you jump in your lorry, you do your checks, and you're out the gate nice and early. Nothing worse than everybody in the yard first thing in the morning messing around trying to load. So we always do everything the night before in the yard. Who's this? Oh, it's Michael. This will give you deja vu. I was standing here with this man a couple of weeks ago. He comes in, gets loaded as quick as possible, and he's out the gate. That is what I'm talking about. And guess what? Michael McCann is going out and he's doing another load again. It's 3:30. It's 3:30 and he's loading and he's going back out to do another load because he is not shook. Remember that. What are you doing? Come on, Si. And he's off. Guys, I haven't seen this ground in weeks. I haven't seen this ground. Yes, yes. Look at all this lovely ground everywhere. We are making headway. The material pile is going down. Again, we're back in there again tomorrow with 1,500 ton. Hopefully we can get it back even more and we'll have some space so we can start organizing this place properly. Come on, Flo, don't be scared. The accountant. Good. You all right? There's so many people all coming in to get loaded that what Flo's doing is Flo is taking a bucket and he's sitting there with the shovel loaded, so when everybody comes in to load, he doesn't delay them, not even for 1 second. And I think he's about to park up here and get ready. Yes, and Flo's going to sit there for the next 2 minutes just waiting for somebody to come in and he's going to load them as well. Let's get back to the office. Do you know what? That's what I meant about the material. Hold on, I'm not going to film a lot today. It's Tuesday and we are in the yard. We have a special guest who has been here before. It's Henry from Ace Car Breakers. The man keeps on giving and giving and giving. He has brought me a new steering wheel because he felt sorry for me because I kept getting all that. I don't want to speculate what's on this, but I keep getting loads of marks on my hands and my hands are really dirty. But I now have a new steering wheel for my taxi. Henry has also brought a transit engine for Limerick Gerry. Gerry, I told you I wouldn't let you down. Thank you, Henry.
It's cool, mate, it's cool.
How was he getting the engine out?
I didn't do it, but the boys done it pretty easy. It's a pretty standard job. Transit engines just come out like that.
How did you get it on the back of the pickup?
Nice little forklift, little seat belt around it, bosh, straight in.
Let's hope we can get that engine out.
Yeah, I need the most skilled driver, please.
My most skilled driver. He's come to the wrong place for that. Right, we're going to see if we can get this out the back of Henry's. While we're here, take a look at Henry's channel. Henry is doing some serious numbers. He's done a tour of his yard, and the other day he crushed a car. I'm very jealous because I cannot crush anything here. So take a look at Henry's videos and see what he's getting up to.
I'll just get the ratchet strap off.
Let's give Gerry a call.
Hello.
How are we doing there, Gerry?
Daniel, how are you getting on, buddy?
I'm looking at a transit engine here for you.
Oh, good man. Good man.
Yeah, it's sat in the yard here, so you let me know when you want to come and grab it.
Thank you. I'm right in the bed out lobby at the moment. I'll give you a ring tomorrow.
All right, give me a ring. Well, Gerry says he's going to pop in tomorrow and he's going to get hold of this engine. Right, let's go and see if we get this forklift working.
I've got you a radiator as well. I didn't know if you needed it. You just chucked it in. It's for that taxi.
All right.
Yeah, so guys, I got this engine out of another taxi in my yard. The boys took it out pretty sweet. And it's only got like 5,000 or 6,000 miles. It's a brand new engine, so it's as good as you can get for a taxi engine. And the steering wheel came out of the same taxi.
Is your dad still working at the firm, or are you running it?
He's in like 1-2 days a week.
And who's running it most days? You in running it?
Me, yeah, and I've got another 2 managers who do like separate sections of the yard, and I just oversee everything.
How many goals you scored with these?
0. Don't wear black boots, they're just the old training pet.
Is it true if it's true if you got coloured boots, it makes you better?
It swear down, yeah. The brighter the better, mate.
Well, I should get out my own video. All right, cool. Let me just get out my own video.
Make sure you put that strap on as well. I promise you need that one.
Slowly, slowly.
Who am I billing for the damage for the truck?
Put up my tab.
Forward, come forward a bit more.
Forward, forward, forward.
Yeah, yeah, cool.
Happy?
Yeah, we're good, we're good. Do you want to put a pallet over there? Yeah, you're good, yeah. That's cool.
Is that my steering wheel, yeah?
Yeah, man. Fresh. Had a steering wheel protector on it.
Nice.
I was that jealous I was going to keep it for myself.
So you busy at the moment?
Yeah, mate, flat out at the minute.
You busy, yeah?
Yeah, hit the new year with a bang.
That should circle that up.
No, them concrete blocks, I'm still chatting to my old man about them, just trying to work out what we need them for, but I do want some, just because they're handy like that.
When you know what you want, we'll sort out something, mate.
Yeah.
It won't be a
How
problem.
sturdy are they, right? So if you were to bang into them, would they fall?
Okay, no. If you've got a material bay and all the corners are full and you like track a machine to the top of it and it's pushing everything out underneath, it will start to lean.
Yeah, okay, all right.
And when it starts to lean, you can never push it back. You have to dismantle it and do it again.
It's just the impact that I was worried about.
Oh, no. I thought, mate, they're 2.5 ton. What's going on my 747, man?
Oh, mate, honestly, the hassle that is giving me, I feel like giving up with it, but I'm still trying.
Henry has, he's got us into a Boeing 747, so I can't wait to get hold of that. But with COVID and all the lockdowns, it's proving difficult. But we believe that Henry can deliver, because he hasn't failed me yet.
No pressure, no pressure.
No pressure. No, but seriously, thanks a lot, mate.
That's no problem, mate.
As I said, guys, have a look at Henry's channel. He's popping off right now. This young man is going to do big things. Into the private Ashville gym. It's the only gym in the country that's open, and also the only gym in the country with no weights. So at the moment, other than a few pull-ups, there's nothing I can do in here, which is very disappointed. If you know any companies who have a full set of dumbbells, please don't forward me any Google links. If you work for the company and you know that you have a full set of dumbbells, or you have Olympic weights, or you have any bars, please get in contact. I'm very interested. However, we have made some progress in one area. You'll see a few weeks ago, I got the speakers to work. I now have a Bluetooth unit, which Will found online. Shout out to Will. At the weekend, we're gonna fix it all in properly and we're gonna mount it. Let's give it a test. We should be able to play all the music on my phone. Let's play my favorite song. Now we know that that works. A few people have said, what is it you actually do in construction? To summarize it for you, we are a construction company. We do work for ourselves and we do work for other people. We can do everything from a rear extension all the way to building 40 or 50 flats. We could build a tower. We could also just do a basement conversion. We do waste management, which means we do skips. 3-size skips, 8-yard crane, normal 8-yard, and these are 12-yarders over here. We take away waste on grab lorries. We take away waste on tippers. We have different size grab lorries, and we provide that service to the Ashville Construction Company, and we provide that service to the rest of the industry as well. Full-size grab lorry, this is an 8x4. This takes away any sort of waste like brick, rubble, muck. It could take away rubbish if you like. We supply concrete and screed on these state-of-the-art volumetric mixing lorries. So we haven't got those older ones you see, the bottle mixers, as they're going down the road, they're turning and turning and turning. These are new volumetrics with a computer on board. Type in the mix you need, and these produce the concrete for you. And again, we supply this to our building company and to other building companies. This is our pump lorry. So this arrives on site, we set out all the pipe. You've probably seen this working at the YouTuber Greek car mechanic's house. Aggregate-wise, we can give you sand, we can give you type 1, we can give you topsoil, anything you need. So we could be supplying a few bags of topsoil for your garden, or we could be supplying 30,000 tons of material to an infrastructure project. It ranges. You know, they say
no job is too small.
On this occasion, there are some jobs which are too small. If you need some shingle for your fish tank, for your goldfish wonder, or whatever you call your goldfish, unfortunately, we cannot help you with that. But if you need a few bags for your back garden or for your driveway or something like that, then we can help you. We provide a lot of haulage for other companies. So you may own a quarry and you need to get your material to a client. We can do that for you, or we can run our own material in bulk to locations, but you can't get these in everywhere because you're very limited on space. While our drivers are really good, they can't turn these around on a sixpence. So these are for sites with bigger access and long distances. Cool. It's Wednesday and today we start on site. It's a good day because I've got my new Ashville bomber on. Happy about that. Let's go and see how we're getting on. To give you some perspective, this is the hallway area. If you remember previously, I showed you this pillar and this pillar with the steel above. And the steel is sitting across the top on this pillar, and we are supporting the block and beam. If you have a look here, we have created the new downstairs cloakroom. Now, normally when we build stud partitions, we use plasterboard, but in this case, we are using ply. The reason we're using ply is because in the bathroom, we're gonna be tiling, and they're gonna be fitted wardrobes on this side and this side. So if we create a ply fix in here, it means that the new wardrobes can be fitted firmly onto the wall, and when we're tiling in the bathroom, we have a good base for the tiling. So within the downstairs cloakroom, this is the new window we've created. It's a nice large window. We need this for the YouTube drag racer. For when he uses this toilet downstairs, whatever he produces here, his family won't have to suffer. It will go straight out the window. Now I'm standing outside of that window. We've made the opening, and as you can see, the bricks that were taken away, we've cleaned them off and we're stockpiling them. We're going to try and reuse all of these bricks. Now we have the cloakroom area there. This room has got a lot smaller. Fortunately, we have this room as part of the new extension. So I can't tell you what this room is, but I can tell you it's going to get a lot bigger. Speaking of extensions, we had another concrete pour here on Saturday. You saw last week the L-shaped pour which we did, which encased all the rebar in concrete. As you can see, we've done the entire area in one pour. We have now done another 100 mil slab, which goes up to this, and we now have a flat area to start building the new extension on. Out the back, you can see some familiar faces. These are the boys from Whetstone Scaffold. They are putting up a temporary roof for us so we can build the extension underneath. I'm going to show you this area over here in a moment where we're completely taking out the roof. But there's one important thing going on. Matt, the Love Island contestant. It's possible that Love Island have contacted him, or he's shook because he is not at work today. So these boys here are flying the flag. Give us a wave. They're so enthusiastic about this, aren't they? Look. Anyway, the boys are doing well. We're going to get this up as quickly as we can so we can start building the extension underneath. This is the area I mentioned where we have to take the roof off. Now, this area is already built. We're not going to take down any of this block work, and we don't want to completely expose this area to the elements. So with the temporary roof above all of this, we can then completely remove this roof structure. We can try and keep hold of these steels, take them back to the yard, because you never know, we could reuse them somewhere else. And we're going to open out all of this. All the toilet positions done already, yeah? Yep. I think all her taps are wall mounted, yeah? Not on the basin, from the wall.
They were saying also they're gonna have the shower tray.
Yeah?
And she said last time no shower tray at all.
So no shower trays, it's only wet room.
That's why I only prepare the pipe, not to the end.
Yes, okay. Wet room floor, it will look a lot better. Seamless floor, everything like that. Okay, Chris, so this waste from this wet room floor, are you going to have to remove anything from the block and beam to drop the waste through it, or...?
Maybe only the screed.
Oh, you'll do something with the screed?
We have 7 centimeters of screed.
Really?
Top of the, yeah.
7 centimeters of screed?
Yeah.
Now we know where.
So I can play like with this, you know.
So we might be able to channel out some of the screed and then put a hole in the block and beam, and then we can do the pipe. Okay, yeah, nice. Beneath the existing block and beam, there's meant to be a 300mm void, and there isn't. And in order to support this steel above, we have to put an acros in, but it has to have a firm base. When we got underneath here, we just found loads of debris and clay and all sorts of rubbish. So we had to clean all of that out to make a firm base. Now we should be able to comfortably put the acros in and support that steel above. When we got down to -2, because the outside of the house is so cold, the cold was traveling upstairs and we couldn't manage to keep it warm. So we've encased the entire staircase and we put this sheet here and we've got heaters upstairs, and now it's a lot warmer.
Daniel.
Let's start stand on ceremony here, Mr. Dudek. Everyone will get it. You won't get it. Trust me, they'll get it. You know what that's from, innit? Earlier on, you saw the conversation that Chris, myself, and Dudek were having. Now, this was about the waste pipe. As you can see, the 110mm waste pipe is in, and it's travelling through the floors. There's one toilet here, and there's another toilet here, and here's some 50mm pipe that has come off this and is run into a shower. Some of you might turn around and say,
Why have you not used the other pipe? It's going to be very noisy.
We don't like using the other pipe. We think the quality of it is not very good. So we've used this normal pipe, and then we're going to encase this in 2 15mm sound block boards, and that should keep all the noise in. That's it for here. Let's head to the next site. We are now at the basement salvage project. On the journey here, I had to deal with a massive issue. I have a grab lorry in a quarry loading, and his driver's side window is completely smashed to pieces. So the inside of the lorry is completely full of glass. The driver isn't hurt. His eyes are completely fine. He doesn't have any cuts. Miraculously, like most things at Ashville, nobody knows what happened. Nobody knows, Dan. I asked Scania if they could come out and change the window so we could carry on working. Scania told me they were going to charge me £500. Oh, man, this is long sometimes. We're having a look upstairs, guys, at the work which needs to be done here. Now, I am no longer going to go into detail at the basement salvage project. There is going to be a standalone video. I'm trying to build up the anticipation. It's going to be a glass and metal staircase.
Yeah, but we close it with the double big walls, or we just leave it open partition for now?
Close it, close it. Yeah. Close everything.
Finish paint for white plaster everywhere.
Yeah, we're going to put plaster. We'll get plaster and base coat. The membrane is now completed on all the walls, and the channel is going in. We have a few gorilla buckets of shingle, and the shingle is fitting in nicely alongside the channel. Really happy with the progress down here. What you can see here is the membrane that's going to be all along the floor. On top of this membrane, we're going to put 100mm of insulation, and then we're going to put 60mm screed on top of that, and that will be the finished floor level in here. You'll notice there's a slightly different part of the wall where the membrane's a different color. That's because on that part of the wall, we are going to render it. So what you're saying, we're getting condensation on this side of the membrane?
Yeah, because we have no insulation on top.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, and then the top.
So the whole time we're thinking to ourselves, why this condensation? Is the difference in temperature between outside and here.
Yeah. Only 15 centimeters.
And then we're going to have a suspended ceiling below. So basically, what are our options? Pull up all the resin upstairs,
Put the delta membrane, make it proper from the top, yeah.
Or do something in here. We've got a ventilation and aircon system going in. What I'm worried about is the suspended ceiling being here and then condensation in the void, because we won't even see it. So before we close the suspended ceiling, let's put the ventilation unit in here and run it, turn off all our extraction and then see it. And if it works, then we know 100%. Guys, it is definitely a labor of love. Sometimes there's no quick way to solve an issue. This basement had water coming in on absolutely every side. And I believe that we've corrected everything now once we finish with the resin area upstairs. But now we have to think about what happens in the difference in temperature between inside and outside. Guys, we're definitely going to have to get the ventilation specialist from Eco Climate Solutions to get down here and have a look. It's a rainy Thursday, and today starts at MP Moran in Watford. This is our main building material supplier in the construction firm. Now I'm going to have a sit down with them and see if we can't arrange some better prices for the up and coming projects. You know when you go somewhere and think that you're important, you just walk around the back of the counter just to go and see your mate. Andreas?
Look at the cat dragged in. You all right? Internet sensation himself.
Guys, this is Eoghan Cronin of MP Moran's. Not only does he run Watford and most of the Morans, he's also a very good friend of mine. He's a big part of the Ashville history. Now, I was just about to introduce him as the branch manager, but apparently Eoghan is now the branch director and Andreas is the branch manager, whatever that means. They gave him a new title. I don't know why. It's not like the man does any work, but hopefully I can get some better prices with some of our materials because they are robbing us blind. Ain't that right?
That's why the defibrillator there for you. You're going to get a heart attack with a cheap price.
Doesn't matter what you say, later on it gets cut and chopped and this, that, the other, so we'll manage to make you look good no matter what. So the main job we're working on at the moment is that YouTube car rapping racer guy. This man actually went to school with Yianni Shalalambus. Can you imagine?
We didn't do a lot.
They didn't do a lot, but they went to school together, and Yianni actually introduced me to this man, so it's a small world. And
that is another story that we won't go into.
Yeah, we could go into it later if you like. We could tell him whatever you want. On a serious note, with the build work that we've got up and coming, I was wondering if we could start looking at our prices a little bit. It's been a while since we looked at the prices.
Yeah, of course we can. Me and Andreas will sit down with you, give us a tender of what you're doing, and we'll have a look at the terms.
I know, but you need to get sharpen the old pencil a little bit, you know what I mean?
Oh, yeah, and you sharpen that pencil when you're signing them checks.
Oh, it's actually a while since I popped in down here. Do you want to show? Yeah, show me what have we got? Anything new here?
Yeah, come on, we've got a new warehouse.
Let's go and have a look at Moran's. Let's see what's new. Let's see what all my money's paying for. Yeah, exactly.
You've obviously seen that before.
Yep.
So what we've done is we've acquired a building over here.
Yeah.
That we put a new warehouse into.
Okay.
Okay, for distribution purposes, and we've also dug out the basement the size of Twickenham.
You dug out a basement as well?
Come with me,
I don't remember anybody calling me, asking me for any muck away or...
We couldn't afford it from the bike everyone knew.
Oh my God, who did you use for it?
We used that.
Again, I don't see any Ashville lorries here. What's going on?
No, these go internally to our own.
Oh, to your own?
Yeah, Kennington.
Ah, so basically you import everything to here.
We buy everything in here, and then we get lists from all the other branches, and then we distribute it every day.
Wow, okay. So this doesn't actually serve customers. This serves MP Moran's itself, yeah?
And there's a basement the same size as this underneath us.
So you had to run a load of steels and pour a mat. Who did this concrete? Don't even mention the company name. You see, I come here, out of sight, out of mind. You
shouldn't have forgot me.
I forgot you. You forgot me.
This man has a short memory.
No, this man does not have a short memory. This man has a story to tell. Today is going to be another Ashville story time. Not that you know what that is, like you watch any of our videos.
So that's a lorry that needs to go to one of our...
I'm fully aware that that's a lorry. Thank you, I appreciate that, mate.
Don't be a...
That's a lorry. Eoghan has told us this is a lorry. I didn't know it before I came to MP Moran's. Now I know this is a lorry. Thanks, mate. Mate, why have you got so much plasterboard?
Plasterboard's on allocation at the minute. So what we do is we bulk buy it and store it here. It's distribution set up. It's hard to get it at the minute.
Plasterboard's hard to get.
Yeah.
So whenever I call you and I ask for plasterboard, don't be trying to put up the prices and say there isn't any anywhere, because from what I can see, there's plenty of plasterboard here.
Listen, when I met you first, you didn't know a sheet of plasterboard from the back of a lorry. I educated this man.
Do you know what? Do you know what? On that note, it's Ashville story time. Come a little closer, come a little closer, come a little closer. A lot of people ask me about getting started in construction, and you remember last week I said that I'm going to put the video out when we get to 1 million subs, the entire story. Well, I'm going to give you a small part of the story, which includes this man, Eoghan Cronin. Eoghan had been the manager of the Whetstone branch for years. Eoghan left school at 16 years old and he ran MP Moran's. Eoghan knows absolutely every building material there is. He knows absolutely everything. When I got started in the build trade, Yianni introduced the two of us. Whenever I was pricing a job and I was unsure, I used to go up to Eoghan's house, order a Chinese.
Which I paid for.
No, you did not pay. Now don't tell lies. He did.
Which I paid for.
He did not pay for the Chinese, and I would sit on his floor, and I remember the very first quote I did. Eoghan got me the client, and then he helped me do the quote. So I sat down, and it was somebody's front drive, and Eoghan talked me through the build-up, the sub-base materials, how to finish it. Get this from memory. Daniel, build it up with a 6F5, then finish with a Type 1, then go for 60 by 60 concrete grade paving slabs, then put some sharp sand over the top and sweeper.
And he's forgotten me.
No, yeah, how did I forget? And that is the very first Ashville quote I ever did. Moving forward, when I got to bigger jobs, Eoghan used to help me with all the details. Eoghan used to tell me we're going to use 4x2 treated timber, and whenever I did door frames or anything like that, Eoghan's the one who told me to use the prepared timber because it was a lot nicer. I learned a lot about building materials from this man. Now, he's not cheap. And he definitely made his money back for the Morans.
But you pay for quality.
But you pay for quality. So here's a massive thank you to Eoghan, and Eoghan is a massive part, and this just goes to show you relationships. He went to school with Yianni. It's a good thing Yianni aren't here, because him and Yianni would railroad this whole thing, and all they start doing is calling each other names. Eoghan has a story he'd like to tell, which isn't true, but it's funny. So he can tell you a little story now as well.
Your first night I met this man here, he completely and utterly ignored me. He stood in a nightclub with a very unique jacket, shall we say, a unique 70% plastic, 30% PVC, beige jacket. I've never seen anything like it in all my life, and hopefully he don't have it anymore. That's all I can say.
Now,
that is a true fact. Do not listen to this man.
Now, guys, I'm going to tell you, we went to Mavida. It was me, Yianni, Eoghan, Jermaine, and Tayo Cruz. Tayo Cruz, the singer. We all went out together. Now, guys, I'm going to show you a picture on screen now to show you that the jacket is not PVC, and to show you that the fact that I didn't ignore Eoghan, because you can see that Owen's trying to hold my hand in the picture. So take a look, guys.
Many trips to Ireland, even though he stays on his laptop all the time.
I went all the way to Ireland, and for 2 days I stayed in the hotel on my laptop. A lot of people ask me why, when they have a look at my home office, there's a Gerry shirt on the wall. Well, Owen's actually best mates with a legend they call the Gooch, probably the best Gaelic football player ever in history. So we used to follow Gerry. I've been to all the Munster finals. I've been absolutely everywhere, and he got me into Gaelic football. Now, when I say he got me into Gaelic football, I've never played. I'm not shook, but them guys, boy, they are serious.
Well, we can have a look. We'll drill down into that product and we'll see what we can do for you. Obviously, things are on the up with Brexit and bits and...
It's amazing that the price only ever goes up.
I'm sure he's charging the same price for loads that he was 5 years ago.
Mate, I ain't got no choice. I'm the person who's stuck in the middle. Nobody wants to pay any more money for their building work.
I'm the person in the middle.
I'm the person in the middle. Get this, let's imagine this. I'm doing a building job. The person who you're doing the job for, they don't believe that prices have gone up. Staff want more money on fuel, more money on materials, more money on parking, more money on congestion, more money on absolutely everything.
An electric car, you don't have to pay congestion, you don't have to pay car.
Yeah, I'll just go and buy a load of a bunch of Teslas, electric cars, the most expensive ones there are. All costs in the construction trade are going up and up and up, but everybody wants a deal and they want to pay less money. Like, something's got to give.
Exhibit A, again, Your Honour.
What does that that mean?
You've just been bleating on about how you want to pay less money and you're telling this man the same
Yeah,
thing.
because I'm trying to find the savings so I can pass it on to my customers. Guys, here's what I want to do now. I think just showing you a couple of shots of the yard doesn't show you fully the magnitude of the setup that they've got here and what you actually need to do to sell building materials. So let's take a look. Forklift.
Combi lift.
Guys, I've got a forklift. That's a combi lift.
I want to show you something we did last year.
You never use us.
Darren uses you all the time. He wants to go QPR. Because you own QPR, don't you?
Where's this landscaping display?
New car, and this man is telling me he's got no money.
That play isn't valuable to anyone but me.
We've designed this Chelsea Flower Show pocket garden with all different types of paving. A lady called Rebecca Wallman did it for us.
So basically people can come here and they can see, so you've got the drainage channels. What's this made out of? Composite?
Yeah, composite decking bed, water feature, coloured render, sheds.
So basically everything you need for your back garden is here.
Yeah.
Why didn't I get this job?
This job was done by a specialist paving contractor, KM Developers. That's his game. You're muck away and building.
KM Developers?
Yeah.
I think I'll do their muck away. All right, that's all right then. That's all right. Been a productive meeting. Hopefully I'm going to get some good prices in an email. It's always good to catch up with this man, an old friend. Thank you, pal.
No worries, Danny boy.
I look forward to getting that email.
Yeah.
Good.
You'll be waiting. Dan, I'm taking this umbrella.
All right.
Be good. And do yourself a favour, clean that car. It's a disgrace, mate. What a mess.
I just realised my jacket had a hood. I didn't know my jacket had a hood, so... Nice. Don't get wet. Let's go around to the other yard and have a look at what's going on. That material is going down. We're going to have to get that L860 off the pile. Any chance you can make me like a ramp to get that L860 down? I'm going to pull it down and put it over there. Flo's going to use the shovel and he's going to make me a bit of a ramp so I can pull the L860 down off there. Let's pull it off and let's get it over, get it re-dieseled and get it parked up in its proper place. It's been trapped over there, held hostage for a while now. When I say creating a ramp, Flo is basically taking the material and he's making me sort of like a slope so I can come off it because we don't want to come down too steep. I could come down very steep, but there's no point at all in doing it. So we might as well make ourselves a bit of a ramp so we can come off it at a better gradient. It's too steep. We need to move it down and move it a bit. Let's see if we can't start this machine up and get it back down on the ground. What's going on? What, how are they listening to the radio that loud in here? Where's the volume on this? There it is. You're damn right we're caught in a trap. Flo's just going to bring the front of the pile down a little bit so you can make a proper ramp. What I need to do here is just back it up into its normal place where it needs to stay and not be a prisoner on the mountain goat material pile. Hello, Ashville. I'm like director of operations. Terry's not in though. Terry knows about the tacos and all that. I don't, as far as I'm aware, they don't. I had a call not long ago from somebody who said that they saw this lorry registration speeding. Now, they can't verify the speed, but they said he was speeding. So I apologised to the gentleman. I said, we're going to investigate it. I spoke to the driver, but what happened was the driver was taking his break on the high street and he stopped to get some fish and chips. The gentleman then approached him and said, you owe me an apology, you better apologise to me. And the driver didn't take kindly to it. They had words, and now the gentleman is continuously calling the office saying that we should investigate the matter. So I said to the gentleman, It's a man with a wife and family. What do you want me to do? Like, I cannot verify if he was speeding. So should I put the man out of work in the middle of COVID so he can't feed his family? What would make you happy to stop you keep calling here? I want the matter investigated. We are investigating the matter. I'm going to try and find out if he was speeding. You had words with him, you said stuff to him he didn't like, and he said things to you. I'm addressing it. It's not good enough for the gentleman. He must put my driver out of employment because apparently he was speeding, which he has no evidence whatsoever of. And apparently he's going to report the company to Thames Valley Police because there was a driver speeding, of a speed which he can't verify. And look at this. Look at this. It is just non-stop in this place. Oh man, this is not easy. This is not for the faint-hearted, I tell you. Try and keep hold of these steels, take them back to the yard. Pause. You never know, we can read. What you should do when I start talking about the structure, show the timbers, then come back to me, and then when I mention the steel, then show the steel. So you bounce between the two. It's Friday, and I'm in the yard. I'm trying to enjoy my new sofa and my watch back facility. Ashville Weekly is due to come out on Sunday. I should be actually eating my lunch at the same time so I can multitask, but I'm not doing that at the moment. So we're gonna do this watch through, do a couple of notes. Hopefully the boys will do another edit and then I'll watch this again at the end of the day and hopefully we'll be on schedule for a release on Sunday. Let's go into the other yard and have a look. Scania here. We had a problem with one of the tippers which were out. Driver said he got an EBS red warning on the dashboard and they heard like a beeping sound inside the cab. So let's see how Scania are getting on with the repair. Like, we are super short-staffed. There's so many problems on so many jobs. We've got so many mechanical issues going on. There's just a lot happening, guys, and I am struggling, I'm not gonna lie, so I apologize. Hopefully I can be back on form next week. But if I'm gonna be entirely honest, this is what it's like sometimes. This is what it's like a lot of the time. But generally I can just work through it and push through and give you all a big smile. But as I said, I'm struggling at the moment. And there it goes again. How are we getting on?
So, well, it wasn't active.
Yeah.
But there's some inactive fault codes for the brake system. So I've reset it all, checked it all over, given it a little drive, and it seems to be all right.
So we didn't actually fix anything?
Well, it could be a glitch that it's had. So it's come up with communication with brake management systems at the moment. So.
Right. So having a chat with the Scania engineer, he says that it was a momentary malfunction, so they've used the computer and they've reset everything, so hopefully it'll work well. Vlad has just had a chat with the engineer as well. There's a little something with his lorry. Scania technicians, just know when you come to the Ashville yard that all the boys are going to pounce on you. Everyone's always got something little with their lorry that they like fixed, so hopefully while he's here we can get loads done. Guys, the cameraman Glenn is smiling. He was meant to come and get a few shots of this pump lorry, but he said it's not here. Guys, I just want to show you something quickly. As far as I can see, that's a pump lorry. So Glenn, there is a pump lorry in the yard, isn't there? Fantastic.
It's hiding behind the tippers.
How is it hiding? It's a lorry. In other news, if you remember the other day I told you about the Scania lorry where the driver window completely smashed. What we did with that, Scania managed to courier the part in from Scania Purfleet to Scania Heathrow. We brought the lorry in that night and then the driver went there, Scania gave the driver a car, the driver left with the car, we went back at 5:30 in the morning and Scania had repaired it so the lorry was able to go out to work the next morning. Thank you. Great service by Scania. We have no red diesel left in the yard. The machines are all full, thankfully, but we ordered red diesel yesterday. We ordered 5,000 litres and it is now 3:52 and the diesel hasn't arrived. So if that diesel doesn't turn up today or tomorrow morning, we won't be able to use some of the machines. Fantastic. Georgia, all these half days you're doing, you know, 5 to 4 you're going home. He only started at 5 AM. Deliveries. These are not gifts, I ordered these. Number one is my speed ball for the gym. So it looks like I'm gonna have a speed ball and a punch bag. Might as well have made a boxing ring. There we go. At least I've got this now. Delivery number two. Seeing as everybody has decided they will not sell me weights, I have bought moulds. I have bought moulds for concrete and I'm gonna make my own weights. How'd you like that? Never gonna let them stop me. So I feel like everyone is fighting against me with this gym of mine. So I'm gonna pour concrete in here, see how I get on, see if I can make my own weights. Guys, it's Saturday and we're in the yard. This is one of them days when you really know what you're made of. Thankfully, all the boys who are meant to be in today are, it's -1, it's raining, it snowed last night, we're not fully booked, and the work we're doing, we're not even really making any money from it. It's a client that we serve a lot in the week, and we don't want to let that client down. So we're doing the work on Saturday so they can catch up with their project. We had work scheduled to happen in the yard. I wanted to put up the camera in the gym, sort out the music, sort my punch bag, do a few things. All the work in the yard has been rained off. We can't do any of that. So we're just serving one project at the moment, and we're doing a few other bits and pieces, and we're trying to get organised for Monday. We've got plenty of lorries to load for Monday, and I'm just trying to keep my feet dry. Fortunately, I've got shoes at the moment which aren't letting the water in. So let's have a look at what else is going on and see what we can get done. What's wrong? Oh man, engine malfunction. Right, we're gonna have to call Scania out and get that addressed immediately. An engine malfunction, oh man. That lorry has to go back out on the road immediately. So, you know, I used to only run old lorries, and I thought to myself, yeah, I'm running old lorries, I can accept these problems. Now I'm running brand new lorries. I've got the same problems that I had with old lorries. Please, answer the phone, please, don't do this to me. Come on.
He has reached the voicemail.
Oh. That is the service manager from Heathrow Scania. We've got a good relationship at the moment, so I was hoping if I just called him, he could send out Scania Assist rather than me calling the 0800 national number that everybody else calls. Give my name, the driver's details, this one, that one, spend 20 minutes on the phone that I don't have for them to come out. So it's just long, man. Oh yeah, that's it, yeah. Let's have a chat, stop and have a chat, will we? See you in a bit. Sorry? Oh. Wait, no, you got to get that. You got to get that. No. Yeah? You ready? No, sorry, I'll do another one. I didn't do it that time. We just delivered a load of sand to a client, and the client said to the driver, are you coming back for another load? So the driver's just called me and said, should I go back for another load? And the answer is no. We've had things like that in the past where site tell us to go and do something, and the office turn around later and say, nah, we're not paying you, we never ordered that. Where's your purchase order? So unfortunately, everyone on site, speak to your office, get your office to call this office, give us a purchase order, then we'll place the order on the system, and then we can make sure that we get paid. It's not that we don't want to give it to you, it's that we don't want the hassle later of not getting paid and chasing and all the rigmarole and confusion. Basically, there's only one outdoor unit, so the indoor unit for the aircon here and the one upstairs, they share the same outdoor unit. So you can't have heating and cooling simultaneously. But generally, the thing at Ashville is nobody at Ashville can monitor their body temperature. We're like a bunch of seals in Antarctica. We're all walruses, all laying on the snow. So upstairs, they generally put it on heating, and then down here put it on cooling, and then up there they put it on cooling, and down here put it on heating. They will never have the same setting. It's a massive problem. I should put an entirely new system in. One person can be at 21 degrees, another person can be at 19, another person can be at 22. That's generally the problem here. Make sure you put that bit in what I said about the walruses. Go get a picture from Antarctica with a load of walruses on the side and get to so everybody sees, so they know my plight.
Definitely going about it.
That's it for Ashville Weekly, episode 15. While it was great to be on Grand Designs, we still can't find any weights for the gym. But like the YouTube plaque, when all else fails, we're going to try to make it out of concrete. Thankfully, we continue to move material, and the mountain has become a hill. And now that I look at it, I think we actually need some more trains in here. We need some more trains in here. We need some more trains in here. We need some more trains in here. Too many. Click here for the Ashville website. Click here to subscribe to the Ashville channel. Click here to see a tour of the Ashville fleet, and click here to see last week's episode. We need some more trains in here. We need some more trains in here. We need some more trains in here. Too many walruses all laying on the snow.